Are you a finance student or someone who want to break into the banking industry? The financial service industry is very competitive and you must prove your skill to succeed. So in this video, I am going to share details on one of the most important certificates you must have to establish your career in the banking industry. So if you're new here, my name is Raj and welcome to Finance by Raj, where I share my views, my opinions on finance, taxes and careers. So the two very important certificates are the Investment Fund Certificate and the Canadian Securities course. You should aim to achieve these certificates while you are still a student or prior to applying for the banking roles. These certificates will help you develop your skills in fundamental concepts like financial markets, mutual funds, portfolio management, and even financial planning. So let's talk about the very first investment fund certification. This certificate is offered by two different organizations. The one that is offered by the Investment Fund Institute of Canada is called Canadian Investment Fund Course, also known as CIFC. The other investment fund certificate is called Investment Funds in Canada or IFC, which is offered by Canadian Securities Institute. You can do any one of those. While both the organizations offer similar certifications with similar exam topics, the costs associated to them are different. These certifications will help you gain understanding of Canadian financial markets, mutual fund performance, and fee structure, analyzing the risk-return relationship of investments, and also learn how to manage client portfolios. Now, let's discuss on various jobs that you can get upon achieving this certificate. These investment certificates will help you get roles like customer service representative, financial advisor, financial planner, mutual fund representative, and other entry level investment jobs. Successful completion of this course will help you meet the requirement for the mutual fund license. Well, both the organizations offering these certificates have different costs associated to them. When talking about the IFIC, their CIFC certification could cost you $385 for the course price, $70 for textbook. They also offer various tools which can help you prepare well, which you can find on their website. The other course offered by Canadian Security Institute is $470 for PDF textbook, $520 for printed textbook, and $715 for the complete value pack combo, which includes calculator and some other tools like the online videos. Now let's talk about the exam structure of the investment fund certification course. The CIFC exam would be 180 minutes timed multiple choice exam where you need to score at least 60% to pass. You can give the exam either in paper-based format or computer-based format. Usually, you would need to study for 60 to 90 hours to succeed in this course. The topics covered in this exam would mostly revolve around mutual funds, as you can see from their website. Let's also talk about the exam structure for the other certificate offered by the Canadian Security Institute. This would be a 180-minute multiple choice exam with 100 questions. Similar to CIFC, you would only need 60% to pass. You could give this exam remotely or in person at test center. Usually, studying for 90 to 140 hours for this certification would be an ideal choice. Also keep in mind that upon enrolling, you would have 1 year and within that 1 year, you need to appear for these exams. Let's discuss on how you should study for these certifications. Both these certifications are of similar type with similar concepts. I would suggest you should make a schedule and plan subjects that you can learn each day. You should aim to read the whole book at least twice. For the first time, you should aim at familiarizing yourself with those topics, and for the second time, you should aim at mastering those. If you can spend additional $100, make sure to buy their question bank or even practice exam. It personally helped me a lot. After reading the book twice, you can start attempting these practice questions or question banks and answer them as many as you can. It is highly likely that you would face similar questions to those from the question bank in your final exam. Once you get this certificate, it can help you achieve other credits towards important certifications. Example of such certifications would be Personal Financial Planner, also known as PFP course, Estate and Trust Professional course, Certificate in Financial Service Advice, and Certificate in Advanced Mutual Fund Advice. Let me share my personal experience on how I got the Canadian Investment Fund course, also known as the CIFC course. During my summer breaks of 2021, I completed the CIFC course within 2 or 3 months, where I read the whole book twice and scored 84%, where the passing marks was just 60%. Depending on your knowledge of investments and familiarity with those topics, it can take you more or even less time. I self-studied for CIFC using printed book and question bank. If you are doing CIFC, my personal suggestion would be completing the whole book at least twice and then aim at attempting all the question bank answers and questions. This was all about the investment fund certifications. So the next certificate that I'm going to share information on is very important and is offered by Canadian Securities Institute and is known as Canadian Securities course. This certification is considered as one of the most prestigious one when entering the financial service industry. This certificate will help you develop your skills in various financial instruments, understanding of Canadian financial landscape, assessing market performance, attaining deeper understanding of industry standards, and even understanding of alternative mutual funds. If you are aiming to get these certifications, you do not need to get the CIFC or IFC certification that I mentioned before. Upon achieving these certificates, you will fulfill the licensing requirement for IIROC and MFDA licensing. Well, you can build career as mutual fund sales representative, financial planner, investment representative, investment advisor, and even bank officer. This certification is way more expensive than the previous one that I talked about. The basic package costs around $1,220 with a PDF textbook and $1,320 with a printed textbook. Moreover, the ultimate value pack would cost around $1,620, which would include the additional tools like calculator and online videos. Let's talk about the exam structure for the CSC course. There are two exams which are 2 hours each with 100 multiple choice questions. You would need to score 60% in each to pass these exams, which are conducted remotely or in person at the test center. Each exam would have different topics covered, like the first exam would have topics like economy, shares, equity, and derivatives, whereas the second exam would have various topics such as investment analysis, portfolio analysis, and mutual funds. Well, I do not have the Canadian Security course, but to study well for this exam, you can follow the same study pattern that I described earlier for the investment fund course. Upon achieving the certificate, you could open up your opportunity to various other certificates like personal financial planner, certified financial planner, chartered investment manager, and various others. So, after understanding both these certificates, the investment fund and the Canadian Security course, which one should you choose? After these comparisons, it can be easily said that the CSC course, which is the Canadian Securities course offered by CSI, offers more value than the investment fund certificates. After completing the investment fund certificate, you can only get the MFDA license, whereas completion of CSC allows you to get license for IIROC and MFDA. If the high cost of CSC course is not a problem for you, then you should definitely aim for the CSC course, even though it has 2 exams compared to the one for the mutual funds license or the investment fund certificate. It is still worth it in the long term considering the job opportunity it opens for you. It covers a wide range of topics around securities and financial market, whereas the investment fund certificate is primarily around the topics related to mutual funds. So I hope this video was helpful for you understanding how you can enter the financial service industry and which certificates that you should go for. So if you found some value, make sure to like, subscribe, and share it with your friends who wants to enter in the banking industry.